Yeah. Inside voice. I hear these youngins by the slang that I bid first, and I can't even get no credit for it. That shit hurt. Yeah, we been nerds, not the type to use big words. Still down to throw you if you throwin' the fist first. Fail face, but every now and then I don't get curved. Still in the broken hearted that we get what we deserve. Freak show, they staring and don't ask for no pictures. Cause I'm a giant man like I'm Fishburne. Maybe cause I'm hotter than the grease with a fish burn. We're slacking now, I'm putting in that work like an intern. I probably won't gain lives like trading in your system to GameStop. Don't really rap about what I ain't got. Been me since back when I could fit in the tank top. You think I'm ever changing? I think not. Hit the taco truck and I can show you the flame spots. They only taking cash and now I'm making the bank stop. Think cock, don't say a word, just open that safe lock. Now I'm playing the ATM, broken the rain wide. Raindrops falling on my head. I hate cops, ain't talking to the feds. Zombie mode on a rocky road, walking like I'm dead. Need to pick me up that I will eat the chocolate with the bread. Still trash, just now me in my pockets getting fed. That's real rap, now I can pay for guac without a sweat. You feel that? Playlist full of Indian drill track. Problems, I got 99 on me, I'm Lil Sap. But fucking never cried over spilled paps. Never crying over who spilled that. Young medicine man, and I'm looking to peel caps. Yeah. Put on the beat and I will snap. Put on the beat, I'ma kill that.
Ryne Radio is brought to you in part by Extraness Cigars. If you want to burn like a star, smoke a Extraness cigar. Premium hand-rolled blunts with the glass tips, and it should be powered by Fresh Coast Cannabis. Follow both Extraness Cigars and Fresh Coast Cannabis on Instagram today and let them know that Ryne Radio sent you. We are also brought to you by Adopt My Block. Follow Adopt My Block on Instagram or add them within your cart on Amazon Smile. Remember, adopt, don't shop with Adopt My Block. If you would like to check out some underground music from the Bay Area and beyond, check out TinoKilledIt.com or watch live at twitch.tv/TinoKilledIt. If you're in Santa Cruz, stop by the Rush Inn at 113 Ninth Street in between Water and Pacific. Come play with us forever and ever or until the government shuts us down again at the Rush Inn. Say hello to you until you get along. What's up, everybody? It's Ryne Radio, episode 148. Boy, oh boy. How we all doing? I'm going to make sure this audio running properly before we get too deep, because it's always frustrating when that happens and I be all talking my nonsense. Nope. All right, we cool. We cool. Right off the bat. Thank you guys for already being up in this place. I see Dee Dee's already up in here. I kind of want to adjust. Hold on here. Let's just go. Bam. Bam. Drop it lower. I already see Dee Dee's up in this place. He said he just knocked out a steak and a crab leg dinner with some drinks. With some drinks. With some drinks. Fire, sir. I just had a steak with asparagus and onions and mushrooms. It was I sauteed all the vegetables, put some some seasoning on there, put some Parmesan cheese on there. Then I had a steak, or not marinated, but I seasoned that with turmeric and a bunch of other shit. Had a real gentleman's fucking dinner tonight. Um, what's up? GFP 420 says all hell the dirt. New Swammies up in here. Yeah, we got some folks in here. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't really have much to talk about tonight in terms of like things on the horizon or all those type of shits. Cause um Didi says he wants this shirt. This is a one of like five. I'm keeping this. Um so yeah, your boy kind of fucking I went off the rails a little bit this week in terms of I was ready to kind of put a kibosh to this show, not because I really wanted to, more so just honestly, man. And I mean, I feel like it's a little bit obvious. Like, I'm so scatterbrained and I'm so all over the place that this show isn't really where I want it to be. The like battle promo isn't really where I want it to be. There's a lot of things that I wish I could be doing a lot more of, and I'm doing a lot. And like honestly, I flipped out because my job, my real ass job, is just getting crazy busy out of nowhere. I've worked on Monday. I worked a 14-hour shift. On Tuesday, I worked a 12-hour shift. Today, I worked like an 11. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm just working crazy overtime. And so on Monday, I was kind of just like, I think I need to quit some of this creative shit for a while. And like I said, not because I wanted to or like I don't like have like a passion for it, but it's just my time management is just fucking terrible right now. Like I said, in terms of like, cause like fucking work, it's just getting crazy busy. So then it pushes everything back to where I'm like, I don't think I should really be doing anything like throughout the week after I get off of work, especially because like shit's about to change to where I'm gonna have to like get up even earlier because my route's about to be dispatched from a different building. So it's like, whereas right now I live like 10 minutes away from work, I'm about to be living like half hour to an hour away from work now. So it's like it just changes a lot of shit. But fucking I love this shit too much. So I'm just gonna switch up how I do this shit. I think instead of going live Mondays or Wednesdays, I think I'm just gonna go back to going live like Friday nights. That was like the super old Murderverse radio recording night because for me it just works out a little well because even if I have a crazy long shift on a Friday night, I don't have to worry about getting up the next morning. That's like my biggest thing is about like getting up the next day. So it's hard to like want to really work on the channel or work on my own show or any of that stuff. Like I can't really like stay up all night just like trying to edit and shit. And like some of the times it's like some of that shit I'm getting a little better about things here and there. But for the most part, man, like a lot of that stuff takes me so long just to figure out how to like actually like what do I want something to look like and how do I even achieve that kind of a thing. So most of my time it's just like figuring out how to even do the stuff before I can like apply it and really like go forward with this. So there's nights where I'm like, okay, I really want to work on some promo because I want to crank out some stuff and then just like something doesn't really line up right or I'm not doing something right or the quality's off, something is affected. So there we go. I balanced out the audio a little bit. Um so I was just kind of fucking freaking out cuz I'm like, dude, there's so much work that I always need to do and like I've kind of like branched out and asked people for help and that is working cuz folks are definitely down to help and I need to be better about communicating what folks could do and things like that. And I'm also trying to just like decipher, all right, well, who can do what the best? Because if like there's a lot of people willing to help, but if it's not necessarily like if one person can do like a video better than like someone else can do a flyer, then it's like I need to figure out like where to plug people in the right places. Um, so I mean, yeah, a lot of this shit is just such a labor of love and fucking, I also have a fucking girlfriend in my life. So I'm also trying to balance my life to, spend time with her a lot as well. And yeah, so between work and this, and then just like trying to, I just feel like I need to make myself available for everybody all the time. And a lot of the times that's just exhausting, man. And it's rough because without making myself available, these things aren't possible. But I've had times where I just kind of buckle under the pressure sometimes, and I put that pressure on myself. Like I want to make that clear too. Like nobody, I don't have no deadlines for things. Like this is all happening out of my own imagination and my own will. But for some reason, I feel like it's super important since the beginning of this show to always maintain a consistent schedule. Whether, I mean, if the dates switch up, then okay, but I never wanted to miss a week. I never wanted to miss a week, even though I feel like I'm kind of plateauing where I'm at because I don't have the proper time or energy to like really make the promotional tools that I want. Yeah, I feel like I'm just doing a lot of wheel spinning and I don't want to. I know what I could do to like get some traction to not be spinning my wheels, but then I'm always kind of like playing catch up into like, all right, well, I worked on this, but I didn't really like succeed. I got to go to fucking bed so I can wake up and go to work. And then it's like when I go to work, I don't know if I'm going to be on the car for fucking 9 hours or 14 hours. And that's like the rough fucking part of that. And then, like I said, I'm kind of preemptively trying to prepare myself because my route's about to be dispatched from a different building. So my work days are about to be longer. The time that I have to like utilize to get to work, I have to like make sure I'm setting myself up fucking better. So I think the new plan is going to be going live on Friday nights, even though I know that's kind of a dumb fucking night to do a live show because people are wanting to be out and about, especially now. It's starting to be more and more. So I don't know. Maybe I should just go back to like being like, hey, I can't really promise you what day, but I know every week I'm gonna go live. Cause I don't know, man. Cause there's some day, like I said, the biggest thing is my job. Cause I don't know if I'm working a 9 hour shift or a 14-hour shift. So that really fucks up my plans when I want to do a show on a certain day, or if I just want to work on promotional content, you know, if I want to sit here and be on Photoshop or Premiere or whatever the fuck, it drives me crazy when I like I it drives me crazy when I walk into work, especially like if I'm tired from the night before trying to work on stuff and maybe I wasn't successful at it or at least like not to where I want it to be yet, and then I just see like how bad my load is and I'm like, "Oh, great. This is going to be an all day and night fucking shift." And I there's nothing that I can do to like get home in time to like want to work on things. And then I'm just constantly in that like circle of like trying to do things throughout the week but not necessarily being able to because of work, and then trying to squeeze everything into the weekends. But man, it's hard to like fit my entire life outside of my fucking day job into just the 2 days, from like wanting to make sure I'm like fucking spending time with my girlfriend properly, or trying to make shows, or trying to catch up on all my chores around my house. Like there's just like so much shit to where like I feel like I'm just really not on the ball about, and I'm really trying to like I over the past year I've tried to do so many different things to like really keep my like fucking head right, and I'm still always every day having to try to really find the balance, and a lot of the times I don't fucking do well doing that. So if you follow me online and was like, "Oh, what? You're going to just cash in?" Like I really did feel that in that moment because like I said, sometimes it's it's not that I don't like doing this stuff, but if I have like a shift where I'm working 12, 14 hours and then I do that consecutively and then it falls on a recording day to where I work another long shift, like I just don't have the spirit for it, you know? And that sucks because it's not like I like outside of the money and the benefits, I don't really fuck with my job. Well, that's not necessarily true. I like being outdoors and I like kind of, in a way I'm kind of my own boss, but outside of that, like I still have to answer to somebody and I don't really get to dictate how long my day is. It's all of those little things. If this was only like an 8 to 10 hour job a day, like I can perfectly manage all the things that I do, but I don't know. And then there's times where I feel like maybe I'm just doing too much all the time, but I genuinely have interest in all of these things. Like as much as I'm like kind of fucking ADD, I very much do like all this shit. I like doing the editing. I like doing the photography. I like doing the video shit. I like doing comedy. I like, you know, and it's hard to like juggle all those things because realistically, like I should probably just be focused on one of those things to like actually try to make something pop off. But I'm not really doing it to try to like really make something pop off. But I want to make sure that I'm not just some crazy dude talking to himself into a microphone in his own apartment either. I could be playing video games and talking to myself, and no one would know. You know what I mean? So I don't know. There's a lot of that going around, or not going around. Just all of that's going on in terms of yeah, just constantly feeling like I'm playing catch up and just I don't know, man. And honestly, I'll just keep it a buck too. I'm really losing my fucking flavor for battle rap, man. Like the culture itself is just so fucking ah, I hate to use this word, but toxic because everybody just has such a I say it all the time, like this shit's a work, but battle rap is like it's a work where the fucking workers don't know it's a work. So then everybody's like competitive against each other and like down to like step on everybody, which makes no sense because we're not making any money in this shit. And even like the most popular people of this are still like not popular in like the main sphere of collective consciousness, right? So I just don't understand what it is about this culture in particular that draws like such narcissism and fucking and I'm guilty of it too because in many ways I'm probably here to kind of like try to feed on my own ego, but I've been around long enough to know like oh, I'm not like that great at this shit and like who the fuck am I basically at the end of the day. And then it's fun to it's fun to organize the shits and like when it goes right and there is a good battle that you get to watch, it's fucking awesome. But everything to go in, everything I have to put up with just to make a good battle happen just does not wet my whistle. You know what I mean? Like, whereas I do comedy, and granted, I'm like real limp dicking, half assing how I'm like throwing these shows, but I've put like zero effort in and gotten back a lot. Not just money, but like networking and like comedians are just so reliable because every bit of stage time is precious. So people genuinely want, and it's like a lot of the time battle rappers feel like they want to do this and then like can't really come up with stuff and then they either want to like no show or they just show up and shit the bed. Whereas like comics, they generally want to do that. So it's like they're not, even if they show up and they're like a little unprepared or whatever, like they are going to utilize the time and they are trying to drag themselves out. Like you can just rely on comics a little bit better. I mean, and don't get me wrong, comedy definitely has a whole lot of fuck shit too. And like the type of egos that are in comedy are like a little bit different than battle rap because everybody in comedy thinks they're fucking hilarious. Not everybody, but it's hard to deal with somebody that's like just thinks they're hilarious or thinks that like I've done like a few open mics, so now that I'm a fucking professional comic type of people. Like, cause that shit is annoying as fuck. So there's definitely its own stuff, but battle rap just has yeah, what's up, Tino? What's up, B Nasty? And Tino's saying, or yeah, Didi's saying a lot of divas out here in battle rap, but it's not just like it's not even just divas. Like we learned with like Skits MC and like an even more popular example, Tech Nine and shit. Some of these motherfuckers are fucking straight weirdos. To where if you happen to watch the second episode of the Uncensored Dirtbag Dan show over on patreon.com/counterproductive, Dan was we were talking about this whole subject, and even Dan was like, that's why I'm kind of just like not really cool with anybody because I don't know who the fuck you guys are. And I was like, yeah, that's a great fucking point. I mean, like, I've known the boy for a while, and I've got to, like, kind of prove that I'm not no fucking creep motherfucker. So, like, me and Dan are, like, boys to where, like, he can tell me that. But I've seen people be like, oh, why is Dan, like, kind of fucking put offish towards me? It's like, because he don't fucking know you, and he doesn't have to be your friend. And then especially, like, when situations like this occur, then it's just like, well, see? Like, this is just a promoter talent relationship here. Like and you can put that on whether it's battle rap, wrestling, fucking club promoting type work, circus shows, whatever the fuck. But what's up, Powers? Yeah, fuck off says a lot of people need to humble themselves. It's not even just humbleness. Like I said, like I don't really know what it is about this just this culture. Like there's something to it to where like there's just a lot of people I just can't fucking take seriously or fuck with. And I mean, don't get me wrong, by and large, I've met some of the coolest people in my life fucking because of battle rap. So there is that side of that coin. But man, like I was saying, just everything you have to put up with just to make a good battle happen is so nuts, and it's unlike anything else in any other form of entertainment. Because I'll tell you something too, like what drives me crazy is like booking somebody and then they just like have a change of heart, or they're like in their own head and like just don't want to like kind of talk themselves out of it. So like they're like people kind of want to be expected to be like talked back into things. And I guess I kind of understand that because fucking I flip out and just be like, fuck, I don't want to do this anymore either. And then I'd like turn back around. But like I'm the one that like talks myself back into it. Whereas like other people would just be like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I'm like, all right, cool, later. And it's more of like, well, wait, don't you want to like tell me something? It's like that scene in Eastbound and Down where he don't want to like go out and play on the Mexican team without a pep talk from the coach or whatever the fuck. I don't know. To me, it just seems very much the same thing. It's like I kind of understand though because I don't know. I'm fucking a little nuts myself, and I'm like a performer and all that. But at the same time, I don't, because I also have that experience now as like being the guy that books things and organizing things. Yeah, I'm popping my fucking toes. So what? I'm popping my toes like I'm popping my fingers. So what? So what? I'm comfortable. All right? Deal with it. Anyway. Um so yeah, there's just a lot going on up in the fucking noggin over here, and I'm just always trying to find a way to like wake up in a fucking positive attitude and find a way to inspire myself to like really achieve all the things that I want to achieve in life. And when I get stuck on truck all day and night and it feels like my life is just nothing but being a delivery driver, I freak out and it makes me feel like I'm gonna wake up one day. I don't want to like get on truck one day and then just be 50 years old and be like, what did I do with my life? Kind of a situation, the money's great, the benefits are better, but at a certain point, your time is timeless, right? Or your time is priceless. I said timeless. Time is timeless. Time is timeless, kinda. And that's a deep thing to think about. Hey, you know, it's about to get philosophical on this show, but time is priceless. So it's like, fuck, you could definitely pay me more money for, taking my time from me. But even then, like, if I got paid $1,000 an hour, but I worked 14 hours every single day, like, what's fucking really good that it's worth, unless like I can travel around and shit. Like, I think that's what gets me the most is like, I can't really travel around a whole lot, like outside of taking vacations and things like that, which I am fucking fortunate of because not a lot of people have access for vacations and shit. And, and this is the cycle that I put myself through is like, I wish I had more time for things. I'm kind of lucky with what I got though. And then I speak very passionately and hyperbolically a lot. And I'm always ready to just like throw the baby out with the bathwater kind of mentality to where like, sometimes I have to like take a step back, hit a little bit of fucking fresh coast cannabis concentrates and, you know, readjust things, recalibrate things. I think and I'll tell you, like I said, it kind of kills me that like I don't really got a little bit better technology over here. But this is the thing. I'm not working hard enough. I'm not working hard enough on the side at my own creative pursuits. And I can say it's because I'm too tired or because I'm working too much, and those are all true. But if I stop focusing on what I can't control, then maybe I can focus on what I actually can control. And maybe that means there's a way to still do everything that I want to do. I just have to, you know, kind of go with the flow here a little bit more. So, like I said, I think I'm just going to switch to Friday nights because I really want to bring guests onto this show again. And I was in a good rhythm of doing that. But again, if I'm on a work shift that goes a little longer than I can anticipate, I don't really want to book guests on weekdays to where it's like, okay, I want this person to be over here a half hour to an hour before I start my show, but I can't even guarantee that I myself will be home a half hour or an hour before I start my show. So it's like, maybe I'm just going to switch to Friday nights and yeah, we're going to have to like thug it out a little bit. I don't know. And if I can go back to maybe just fucking, nah, I can't. I would like to like go live twice a week again, maybe like not all the time, just once in a while to where it's like, okay, I actually do have a Wednesday or a Thursday available after work and I'm not doing anything else. So might as well go live. But nah, I might as well fucking take the time and make more promotional stuff and try to like get this show out there more and get the battles out there more. And that being said, too, I know, like I said, battle rap is very much losing its flavor with me, and that's true. And I don't really like keep up to date with it anymore. But I am committed to keeping this brand alive, even though like my heart ain't in fucking battle rap. My heart is in this fucking brand and this channel. So, and just the Bay Area in general. So there's no reason why there can't be a developmental league in one of the largest like everything like there's like 7 or 8 different leagues down south and there's only like us and free game up north. You know what I mean? I mean there's PNR for a while and there's like the Grizz exam out in the Fresno area and stuff, but there's not really like, you know, us and free game are like we have such a great opportunity to grab so many people from the north and like really be able to showcase like, hey man, between here and Sacramento, and if anybody up north can come down to to us in either one of these places, it makes it easier for all these main stages to come through and be like, oh, there's actually some fucking up and coming talent out here. So I do care about that, even though a lot of you guys fucking shitheads, but it is what it is. Something about this culture just attracts shitheads. And it's always wild to me because I'll be at work. Another like part of this, like why it kind of loses its flavor to me, I think, is just because folks kind of know I'm the dude running a lot of things behind the scenes. So it's like I'll be at work having a frustrating work day, and all of a sudden just get like a random message from like an upset battler, like complaining about something like super insignificant that can be fixed. Like more often than not. Um, but yeah, yeah, no. Tino's saying he's out. I'm out, Ryan. Thanks for the fireside chats. Good evening, sir. I'm going to bed. Good evening to you too, sir. Yeah, fucking I got to do a comedy show with Tino. It was the first time I've done a show where it's like comedy and music at the same time, and I think it worked really well. And it looks like we might have more opportunities to kind of do more stuff like that going forward. And we had a great group of fucking folks out there. You can go fucking see that on Tino Killed It on the YouTube channel. It was kind of weird too because usually I don't really like being videotaped while I'm still developing my stuff, but I think it worked because it's like a good long feed and you get so much variety of stuff to where, it's not like there's a million people watching this, and that's not any disrespect. I'm just saying like I could still use what the material that I had in the video and keep going forward. Like, there's nothing stopping me is all I'm saying. So it's like I was a little apprehensive, but then when I got there and seen that it was a good vibe, you know, the folks that I brought for the comics, they like had some fucking good material. The crowd was real cool. The area wasn't bad either because we can kind of do what we wanted to where it was like right in town, but you can do what you want. And that's kind of the beauty about the Central Valley is everybody out there is kind of fucking down to get a little bit sauced. So you get to have a lot of fun. But it's like a BYOB kind of fun. That's another thing too. I love it anytime anyone ever asks me like, "Oh, is it BYOB or like, is it bring your own beer or bring your own bud?" And for me, I'm like, everywhere is BYOB until someone tells you different. Like, what are you talking about? Why are you even asking me that question? Especially like people will ask me that question like for the battle rap events. I'm like, dog, do you think I'm gonna press you if you show up to one of our outdoor events and you have a fucking bottle on you? Come on, I don't give a fuck. It's like you don't party enough if you be asking that kind of a question. Oh, is it BYOB? It's always BYOB. When is it not? Life is BYOB. Anywho, we had a great show. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate the boy for fucking putting that together. We might be doing more shit. So if you're in the fucking Central Valley area, you might be seeing me fucking going out there a lot more. I should be doing a show in Santa Cruz at the end of this month with the Rush In again. I just haven't made a flyer for it or like I don't know. The last time we were there, I guess it was they kind of have a back but they have like a back neighbor, towards the back of them that where we're doing the shit at is like she hears us and she's just like already been bitching about like last time we were doing the show, she's like, "I'm calling the cops. You're not supposed to be having any amplified stuff." And I'm just like, and the bar's tight as fuck because they're like, "Listen, this lady's a bitch. She's always a problem for us. Like, she was a problem for us before the pandemic. So, like, you don't need to sweat anything. We're just letting you know that she told us she's going to call the cops. Like, can you just, like, readjust how we're doing this a little bit?" And we did. And, but yeah, man, it was a little bit weird. So I need to kind of confirm that like shit can still go on kind of without a hitch. I hope because June 15th, California is dropping all their shit. I hope that means that we can go back indoors and then I'll just set up inside. That's totally fine. It's a small place, you know. It'll be pretty popping. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So I have that at the Rush In, like I said at the beginning of the show, we're running the ad reel, 113 Ninth Street in between Water and Pacific. Shout out to those good folks. Yeah, man, like I said, I'm just always just always trying to have like I'm just always struggling with trying to stay positive and trying to stay inspired and not letting my mind wander and convincing myself of things that I don't even necessarily believe, or like trying to get myself to talk myself out of things, or a big part of me is I just fucking committing to shit like gives me such anxiety. And it's not that like I can't uh pull through in terms of like, with whatever I'm committed with. It's not like I say that like, oh, it gives me anxiety, so like I usually just quit, which is like in the past, definitely. But I've been at a place in my life the past few years that I don't want to quit on things, especially like things that I do really care about. So this show being one of them. Not even just this show, just doing creative things in general. And I really can't deny what this show has given me for when I go on stage to tell jokes. I mean, stage is a loose term. I've never really been on an actual stage yet telling jokes. Actually, that's not true. Take that back. At the 9 Quota Awards, shout out to Be Nasty, I got to be on a stage. So anytime I'm like performing, I notice what this show has given me because I'm way more comfortable talking on a mic in dead silence than I ever was before. So because of that, I don't know. I really just don't slip up in my material much. Like I'll just forget things and kind of cut myself short, but I don't really get like, oh God, no one's making any noise. Like what do I do? What do I do? Like I'm usually able to be like, all right, they ain't really feeling it. I need to get them. And a lot of the times I've been able to like work out stuff on the spot to where it's like, okay, they didn't feel the punchline they didn't feel what I used to set this up. And before I get to the strong punchline, I want to really warm them up. So like, sometimes I got not necessarily lucky, but just working the room, kind of getting a feel for the people, be able to like drop a line before I get to something. Um, yeah, little stuff like that. So this show has given me a tremendous advantage over a lot of people who haven't really been able to get a lot of stage time in the past year. But all that's changing now because things are opening up more and more. People are getting out there more and more. And yeah, I'm trying to do the same. So when I get on truck and they got me working all day and night, your boy flips out a little bit. I'm kind of crazy sometimes. If I had a manager, they would hate me, dude. Like if I'm talking like if I had like a performing manager for like booking shows and shit, they'd be like, "Dog, get off your fucking phone." So yeah, I'm just and that's why like I've just been in a weird place the past few months and try to like be like, okay, I don't really want to spend time on social media, and I try to like do things differently. And I was like not even trying to like be personable at all or whatever the fuck, but I just yeah, I don't know what I'm really doing. All I really know is I like entertaining people. I like trying to be funny. I think there's a big argument to be made that I kind of just like validation, I guess. I mean, fuck, grew up an only child. I had like cousins that were like brothers, but I've had to learn to like entertain myself, and then also just kind of always probably like seeking approval. So I think there's like a lot of that kind of fucking left over. So maybe that's why I like chase being a performer the way that I do. I like I like being in the spotlight. It's not so much I like being in the spotlight because it's kind of weird. I like performing a lot, but I'm not really the best if you bring me around like a barbecue and try to like introduce me to your family type of stuff. I kind of shut down. I don't really know what kind of questions to ask. I don't really know how to like be comfortable being myself around like, you know, kind of family type of people or whatever. But when I'm on a stage, it's different because somebody is like, you're getting this designated time slot. Like, okay, we like growing up to maybe feeling like I don't get enough attention to where now it's like, okay, in this time slot that you're designated, you're we all are gonna pay attention to you. Maybe not for the entire duration, but it's like knowing, okay, I have this command like of your attention. So then I think there's like something to be said for just liking that in general, like liking the fact that like, okay, I do have it. I know I have it because I wrote my fucking name down. It's my time to go up. It's my turn in the fucking spotlight now. This is what I'm about. And I think there's a lot about just like, all right, it's my turn now kind of shit to me. So I like performing, you know. I don't know if it's like the most healthy mechanism for like also liking validation, I guess. But that's probably all performers though, right? Like I can't imagine any artist just I mean some people are badass in that way and they can just put out badass work all the time and not really give a fuck what people say or like even if they pay attention to it. But yeah, I kind of like fucking I like to kind of like know just what my fucking reach is sometimes. And also it's like being trying to be an entertainer, like you have to get fucking exposure and you have to get yourself out there. So it's that weird dance you try to play of like, how can I get my name out there and try to like kind of get attention, but not in a like desperate sort of way. And I'm very much like learning that kind of stuff as I go. I'm learning everything as I go though. I'm I fucking was thrusted into this world with just on the job experience basically. So we make the best of it and I think I make it look good sometimes, not always. Like I said, the other day wasn't one of those days. But even then I'm not very like destructive or like self-harm or like any kind of thing like that. I just get like bummed out and be like, I don't think I have time for all the shit that I actually want to do. So might as well just quit. But then it's like, all right, well, what are you gonna do really that much better? Like, all right, if you have a day where you work 14 hours, then just come home and even if it's just a half hour, just work on something that you actually want to do. But a lot of it too is I haven't really been fucking taking care of myself too well in terms of just like neglecting chores around the house, not really fucking keeping up with like my shaving, little shit like that, like to where it seems so small and like insignificant on the surface. But I don't know, maybe I just like have like OCD or something, but like it doesn't make me feel good if I'm not like at a certain place. Like I like to be fuck clean and shaven and everything's all cleaned up in my apartment and everything's like organized and where it should be. Things aren't just like kind of all over the place. Like I hate waking up in the morning and like shit's a mess all the time. That drives me nuts. And it's like my definition of a mess probably might be different from your definition of a mess, but I just yeah, I don't like it at all. I want to be able to always wake up feeling like I'm in a hotel room. You know what I'm saying? Like for like when you first get there. But yeah, man, I get myself back on track one crunchy water at a time, just like all of you guys. I'm just a regular man. I just drink my crunchy water one sip at a time. There we go. That's the quote. No, yeah, I'm nobody fucking special, but I like doing the show. I like entertaining. And for some reason, you fuckers keep watching. So, yeah, I'm still very much trying to figure out um what I really want this show to be. I mean, I kind of know. I just want to interview folks and like really dive deep on people's creative processes and things like that cuz I mean, it's a pretty easy format. Like as long as you get a creative person that can talk about themselves, you can get a good episode out of anybody, really. So I love having those sorts of conversations. I love really being able to get to know people more. Um, I really feel like this show has brought me closer to people than I've ever would have had just kind of floating through life, just kind of doing my thing, you know. I think that's another reason why I chase like these creative pursuits so much is I think at a certain point deep down I'm just a fucking you know, shy kid that fucking wants like a cool group of friends or whatever the fuck still, you know. I used to have a really tight knit group of folks back in high school, and like, you know, we kind of carried it on for some years afterwards, but you know, life happens, people move, you know, people get good jobs, people get married, people get kids or have kids, not get kids, but people have kids, like all those things, you know. So it's like, man, I'm just trying to like, I don't know, I guess I'm just out here trying to keep the summer of 2009 alive, I guess. Which it means nothing to none of you guys, but that was like one of my more favorite summers, or one of my more fun summers. That shit felt like fucking Dazed and Confused. Um, or was it 2008? See, I can't even remember. I think it was 2008 actually. Me and my buddy Chris would just walk around fucking town looking for house parties, and once in a while we'd find some. It was pretty tight. So what did we learn tonight? We've learned that I'm basically just crazy. I mean, but you guys kind of already knew that. I talk to myself into a mic in front of a camera and just pretend that I'm talking to people rather than like actually talking to you guys. So that's a little crazy. Um and we've learned that even though I'm a little bit crazy, I'm always trying to find a way to stay positive and stay fucking inspired to do things that I actually want to do with my life, because again, I don't want to just hop on truck one day and realize like, oh shit, I'm 50 and I didn't really do anything I really wanted to do. Um, and I'm a little bit stressed out because your boy been spending a lot of money lately too. So I'm like in the process of fucking making it all back. So there's a lot going on in the old fucking noodle, man. But I appreciate all you guys that reached out to me and was just like, dude, you're good at this. Fuck people that don't think so. I like watching you. Or just other creative friends of mine that were just like, dude, don't give up doing your fucking like creative stuff, because like that's the shit that like makes you feel like a human, you know? And I really appreciate all you guys that did that, because you know, I probably would have bounced back around anyway, because I'm just, yeah, I'll be fucking sad for a minute, but then I'll get like mad and be like, you know what? It's time to bite back. So yeah, I'm ready to bite back again after fucking not necessarily setbacks, but some speed bumps. And then like I said too, I'm always in the process of trying to figure out how to do this bigger and better. And a lot of that just starts with just staying on the ball and like actually being obsessed about all these things. And I try to, but then it kind of makes me crazy, and then I'm like, "Oh, I don't get enough of my own time." And then all I'm doing is just fucking eating fucking dino nuggets and playing fucking Batman. You know what I mean? Like, so what's, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just like having a weird kind of existential crisis because I'm about to turn 30. So I'm like, you know, I'm like definitely in that, like, okay, you're not really a kid anymore. Like, you're not an old man, but you're just a man now. And yeah, there's just so much shit that like, I don't know. I'm just a real fucking introspective cat too, to like my benefit and my downfall, to the point where it's I compare it a lot to that scene in Inception when he's like going down the elevator into his mind or whatever, and he's explaining to I guess it's Elliot Page now, um explaining to Elliot Page's character that like you can get to this like lower level of your mind, but like if you don't really pull yourself out, you kind of get lost there. And I definitely like when I'm just sitting on my kitchen table and I'm fucking smoking concentrates and I'm not like, you know, and I'm tired from working a 12-hour shift, and I'm like, all right, I only got like 2 or 3 hours left, but I'm fucking exhausted. I might as well just sit here and be a turd. Like, it's those type of days that I need to find just something to where it pulls me out of that, and like I burn every last fume in the tank, because why not, you know? This when I can actually do some creative stuff. And even though it's frustrating to always have to learn the process, like I said, I'll be like, okay, I want this to shine in a certain way. How do I do that? And then I like half the time I'm just searching like half the time I'm trying to ask myself what is the question I need to ask, if that makes sense. Like I know what I don't know, but I don't know what I don't know. Do you, do you know what I mean? Like there's certain things to where I'm familiar with a concept or a technique. I just have no practice with it. And then there's I don't even know the concept or technique and I wouldn't even know where to begin to ask the question. So there's a lot of that sometimes. And as frustrating as that process is, I'm thankful that I drag myself through it because I do learn every time I do something else. So at the end of the day, and this isn't even just to myself, but this is to all of you who could be watching. You gotta you gotta fucking drag yourself across that finish line and then erase the finish line and set it another fucking 100 yards ahead. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the it's like what Nipsey said. The marathon continues and you and it's funny too because I love that Nipsey says that because when I first started working at UPS, all of the old timers would tell me, "Hey man, this is a marathon, not a sprint." And they meant it in the context of don't like run don't work so hard that like you kill yourself basically. You can blow out your knees, you can blow out your back, blow out your feet. Like there's so many ways to hurt yourself if you're like moving too fast and you're not like actually taking care of yourself. So it's a marathon, not a sprint. And RIP the fucking Nipsey Hussle for always reminding us that the marathon continues. Cause I mean that's basically the theme of this episode, and that's basically just what I was able to pull myself around to in the past few hours. Is just like, yeah, man, it's rough, but yeah, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Like, there's gonna be times where you're gonna fucking doubt yourself, and there's gonna be times where it seems like the whole world is against you, but more often than not, you'll find that it really ain't. And it's a lot of it's just your own mentality and what you're actually willing to fucking put yourself through and come back from. Because we all fucking take L's, man. Every single one of us. And some of us take it and don't know how to move on from it. And it becomes who we are. And I refuse. I refuse to be defined by a loss anymore, man. And yeah, especially while I have this belt in my possession. Like, I'd feel really fucking stupid if I just fucking quit because everybody else kind of quit too, you know? So we definitely ain't quitting. I just need to I just got to find the balance, yo. Like I said, if that means just having to like switch up the day to where it fits into the schedule a little bit better, to where, I can bring people over and I'm not worried about not having enough energy to really be engaging in the interview, or oh fuck, let's hurry up and get this over with. I got fucking work in the morning, all that type of shit. I just need to find a way to mitigate that kind of thing and, you know, not be so upset about what I can't control because we're not we have a lot of advantages over the animal kingdom, but as much as we like to think we are not gods. We are not, you know, we'll always be humbled in this life. And you got to just know how to fucking roll with the punches. And I didn't roll with the punches these past couple weeks, and your boy got clocked a couple of times. And some of you that follow me online seen the result of that. I, I I had a moment of just weakness and doubt instead of just being like, all right, I'm being faced with some new challenge. let's think of how we're going to get around this. Instead, I was just like, well, I'm being hit with another challenge. I guess that's it, everybody. It's like, nah. One day this shit will be something. One day, not even this shit will be something, but one day this show will be how I want it to be. It will look the way that I want it to look. It will operate the way I want it to operate. I'll be able to put out the proper fucking clips. I'll be able to expand my reach and my network, be able to talk to more engaging and interesting people. But it ain't gonna happen off of just fucking hopes and dreams either. So I gotta find a way to stay consistent and stay busy without just burning myself out, because I'm always, like I said, I feel so bad about just, I feel like I've just been spinning my wheels. But yeah, man, just time for some changes, I guess, within myself, because I've started things that go beyond myself. And if I don't fucking check, yeah, fucking better check yourself before you wreck yourself, dog. That's all it is. It's like, if I don't fucking put myself in check, it doesn't just wreck myself, it wrecks some other shit too. And I've done that too much in the past with shit that I wish I didn't do. So that's where we're at. And I appreciate you guys. I really do. We're building our own little community inside of a community here. Um, you can support us in many different ways. Patreon.com/counterproductive is the best way. Everything that we make on there goes directly to Adopt My Block. And everything we make on there also helps Dan fucking run the Dirtbag Dan Show uncensored. Head on over there and listen to fucking Dan really just go off on all possible things. It's a great fucking time. I'm loving that I get to sit in on these first few episodes, because once he sets up the new studio over in Gilroy, it probably won't be as often that I'll be on every episode again. So that makes me feel really good, man. I've said it a million times to have been somebody that was just a fan of this shit, and to have been such a fan that like I got to kind of keep it alive. That's a huge honor. And I'm also very committed to building my own brand, because just following in the fucking boys' footsteps. Dan's always been someone to me that has been an inspiration. It's always been a guy that I've seen fucking bet on himself. So yeah, I'm trying to like bet on myself while also like maintaining a day job. It's a little difficult, but there ain't no rest for the wicked, man. And whatever metaphor phrase I can come up with out of my ass, but neither here nor there. Head on over, patreon.com, counterproductive. $5 patrons get to watch the Dirtbag Dan Show and get to watch all of the battles from the April session before they hit YouTube. A new battle will be dropping this Friday. I can't recall off the top of my head who it is. I apologize for that. It might be Nexus versus CJ Pimp, now that I'm thinking about it. I have to double check. I have my own Patreon, patreon.com/Ryne Radio. I'm working on our first episode of the Lay of the Land. I have a Lay of the Land podcast up, which is just going to be kind of my own travel show where I research a lot of different places, and then I go to them and kind of see if my see if it meets expectations and those kind of things. I'm just at a point in my life where I'm trying to learn more and trying to read more and trying to do more and just enjoy all of this before I can't anymore, basically. So, and I want to take you guys along with me. So I'm working on that. The podcast version of that is up right now. And then also I have my own podcast that has nothing to do with battle rap or anything like that. I just talk about whatever crazy shit I want to talk about. There's no live chat. So I free form forever. It's basically the way I'm like going to be building my bits. to some degree. Kind of stealing a page out of Bill Burr's book for that. I love his podcast a lot, and that's basically all he's doing. So it's kind of just an offshoot of, it's basically just that. I'm just talking to myself on a mic. That's all it is. If you want to check that out, you can head on over to that. Yeah. So shout out all you guys. We're definitely doing a lot of stuff and a lot of things. And yeah, I mean, fuck, if you guys have any ideas of what you would like to see me expand this show on, if you have any ideas about how to, upgrade this show or upgrade my own Patreon or anything like that, I'd love to hear it. I'm trying to be as open-minded as possible. And yeah, if you're a $5 patron on Counterproductive right now, you'll also already be able to watch the live pay-per-view on July 24th, the Caddy Ron Memorial Rumble. You raggedy bitch. It's going to be a fucking great ass time, and it's only $5 on pay-per-view, $10 in person. So you can either come out, or if you're still scared of the COVID, stay in, pay only $5, and you get to watch one of the biggest cards on the West Coast of the fucking summer. And yeah, man, that's a show. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like I always say, and it, now that I'm even about to say this, maybe I just got to practice what I preach a lot more. But wash your ass, wash your hands, brush your teeth, love yourself so you can love somebody else. And yeah, man, we're going to get out of here. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, put in things when you see us. Like, what's the big idea? Bentley, Benz, or Beamer, we be swinging like we teed up. They don't know shit. Pull up, then we swipe before they re-up. They don't know shit. Glock up in their face so they don't see us. Put in things when you see us. Like, what's the big idea? Bentley, Benz, or Beamer, we be swinging like we teed up. They don't know shit. Pull up, then we swipe before they re-up. They don't know shit. Glock up in their face so they don't see us. Hey, I'll roll a chopper out the pack, then pull the big out. She think I'm Rambo when I'm shirtless with the stick out. Black on black when we attack, we never stick out. I get to squeeze until it's empty, pop the clip out. You share your business with these bitches, let it slip out. You give your money to that hoe, so you a trick now. I don't say shit to the bitches, pull my dick out. First we fucked and when I'm finished, I'ma spit. Shit, my dog just barking and got the taste for blood. Pop shit, you get your top split, I left them laying her. 9 true, you get your mind blue, but what you tryna do? Slide through, must I remind you? I be almost sipping a 40, yeah. Gripping a 40, yeah. I'll let one go up at your face and get distorted, yeah. End of the story, yeah. It's not important, we celebrate and spin your block up in euphoria. I got magazines for your issues. Activate with the pistol. I'm at your face like some tissue. If I bless you, I won't miss you. Bullets got it like a missile. Now they're gliding through your tissue. Hit your bitch, your friends, your family, anybody riding with you. Little bitch, I walking like I'm God, but I'm a demon to you. Little bitch, I keep the pump on deck, but I ain't cleaning the pool. You feel that barrel bust, you feel that marrow crush. Little bitch, I rock enough gold to make a pharaoh blush. You put them things when you see us. Like, what's the big idea? Bentley, Benz, or Beamer, we be swinging like we teed up. They don't know shit. Pull up, then we swipe them for they re-up. They don't know shit. Glock up in their face so they don't see us. Put them things when you see us. Like, what's the